Good morning, I'm Nathan Edwards.
And I'm Alex King. Here's 3 quick stories to get your day started. The Ohio State Highway Patrol posting these distracted driving signs along area highways. If you get caught on your phone, you get a ticket.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many drivers that drive so terribly because they're texting away.
Head down, yep.
Yeah. So hopefully this works. We'll see.
Absolutely.
And it's exam week at the University of Dayton, and the Humane Society sent some pups to help distress some of the students. And who's happier here, the dogs or the kids?
Absolutely the kids.
Yeah.
No, look at that face.
I know. Yeah,
Pups are always the key to de-stressing.
I know. I mean, and exam week is tough. So.
Don't miss it. And it is Cinco de Mayo, El Mesón, celebrating today with margaritas and tons of fun.
Yeah.
Look at these margaritas. This looks good.
Yeah.
Spicy pineapple margarita, tropical blue,
gosh.
blood orange.
And you know what? They have Taco Fest down at Yellow Cab Food Truck Rally tonight.
Be a good time.
Yeah, party on. Cinco de Mayo isn't the only thing going on this weekend. There are tons of events going on around the Gem City.
Yeah, for a look at your weekend forecast, we're going to send things over to the one and only meteorologist Nick Maruziak.
One and only.
Yeah, I was about to say, when did I get the upgrade from, hey, you, do weather? Temperatures this morning starting out 40s and 30s. Dayton itself is at 46, but one of the warmer spots. Now, before we get to the weekend's festivities, we got to talk about, you know, the bus stop. I know. I wish I could say, all right, let's just get right to it. But, you know, for some of us, we still got to do school and things like that. Temperatures today should be into the 60s as soon as 11 a.m. So how about that? Now, we mentioned this. It's the food truck rally at Yellow Cab Tavern. Temperatures will be in the 70s at 5 p.m., still in the 70s by 7, and by 9, mid-60s. It's going to be fantastic. We'll talk about Derby days coming up here, Derby Day, excuse me, for tomorrow in that forecast. But first, let's talk about your traffic. So far, so quiet on the interstates. You know, other than that construction area, we should be pretty quiet here for right now.
A Milton Union custodian is in jail this morning on multiple charges, including rape. Police arrested Jerry North just yesterday.
A complaint accuses the 59-year-old of having inappropriate interactions with a student. Gwyneth Falloon is following this story and has the district's response.
West Milton police have confirmed all of the alleged incidents took place right here at Milton Union Schools on district property after school hours. Police say the victim was a student at the time and, according to court documents, was between the age of 6 and 9 when the alleged abuse occurred. Jerry North, a district custodian, was arrested Wednesday after police say a complaint was filed. He faces 5 felony charges, including first-degree rape of a minor. He pleaded not guilty to all charges Wednesday. North is scheduled to appear in court again on Thursday, May 11th. Milton Union Superintendent Brad Ritchie says North is on unpaid administrative leave until further notice. Both Ritchie and the Board of Education declined to comment any further.
The Board of Education is aware of community concerns and an ongoing West Milton Police Department investigation related to an employee, Jerry North. Since this is a special meeting and because notices of agenda items have already been sent, the Board of Education cannot engage in a discussion about these circumstances pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 121.22, subsection F.
The superintendent says North was hired back in 2017 and the district followed proper hiring protocol. Ritchie says North has no formal complaints on his record. However, personnel files have been formally requested. Now, the board says it will take public comment at their regularly scheduled meeting on Monday, May 15th. Reporting in West Milton, I'm Gwyneth Falloon.
Crews are still searching here at Eastwood Metro Park in Dayton for a missing boy. They still haven't found 7-year-old Lucas Rosales. Take a look at this Facebook post showing the search. You can see the city's water department made a temporary dam on the Mad River to help efforts. More than 80 people are searching on land and water. They've used aerial and underwater drones in a canine search. That includes the upper parts of the Great Miami River downstream of the Mad River.
Well, take a look at this screen right here. This is video that I actually shot after a pickup truck crashed into a tree on Ridge Avenue and caught fire. This happened just a couple doors down actually from my house. Woke me up from my nap, and police are actually still looking for the driver. They say after the crash, the driver got out of the truck, got into another car, and left the scene. Growing concerns this morning at the bank. Americans are starting to ask if their money is safe.
Dee Gatton explains what you can do to protect your money.
If you're concerned about how safe your money is at the bank, you're not alone. A new Gallup poll says nearly half of Americans say they're concerned about the money they have in financial institutions. 19% are very worried, and another 29% are moderately worried. Now, a financial advisor I spoke to said diversification of banks is important.
I think there is a purpose and a place for the nationals, for the regionals, and for the credit unions. I think it's great for consumers to have access to different financial institutions across the nation for different reasons. Better rates, better services, more access, and once again, more FDIC insurance, and you're spreading your risk.
Despite regional bank stocks plunging and recent bank failures, U.S. officials say the industry overall remains strong. Reporting for the National Desk, I'm Dee Dee Gatton.
The Dayton Chamber of Commerce is honoring a local entrepreneur. Sarah Kalile, just won the $25,000 Soin Award for Innovation. It recognizes a person or organization boosting Dayton's economy. Kalile founded Lunny. It's a brand for postpartum intimates. You can buy her products at Shop Smitten in Oakwood or online at looney.com.
We now know when the memorial service for former Cincinnati Mayor Jerry Springer will be. The celebration of his life is set for Friday, June 9th at Cincinnati's Memorial Hall at noon. And tickets are free, but the event is already sold out. Springer died last Thursday from pancreatic cancer. He's a former Cincinnati Council member, TV anchor, and of course, the host of the long-running Jerry Springer Show.
It is time for the 25th annual Flying Pig Marathon in Cincinnati. As we've mentioned, I'll be running it. All of Cincinnati is celebrating. Buildings downtown will be lit up in pink starting today. You can pig out on some Flying Pig Tracks ice cream from Grater's, which we tasted on the show yesterday. It's delicious. And you can even get a Flying Pig themed bowl to eat it in from Rookwood Pottery. Organizers for the race are also offering collector's edition posters. And there will be lots of viewing parties across the city this weekend. Whether you're running or not, there's going to be tons of fun to be had. A full list of details is on the marathon's website. And do not look for me because I'm going to be the one dying.
You've been training a little bit. Are you ready?
As ready as I can be. Being a non-runner, I've prepared as much as I can.
Well, at least you're athletic. If it was me, I'd be dying by the first mile. So best of luck to you, Alex.
Thanks.
Our time right now is 5:07. Don't forget to get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
And your weather on the side of the screen all morning long, even during commercials.
Still to come, first weekend in May and hello riding season. Just ahead, Addison Albert hops on her bike. Hops on her bike. I know, and provide some safety tips from Motorcycle
It's
Ohio.
Friday. You're watching Your Day.
Behind us, motorcycle.ohio.gov. With the warmer weather on the way, riders are eager to get out on the roads.
Yeah, but Motorcycle Ohio is urging riders to stay safe, and Addison Albert shares some important stats before you hit the gas.
The start of May means lots of things, but for motorcyclists, it means riding season. Motorcycle safety instructor Angela Wandel has been teaching motorcycle safety for 2 years.
We take riders that have never touched a bike before, and we take riders that have been riding 30 years, and they all get something out of the course.
Motorcycle Ohio is urging riders to pay close attention to safety this season as they released alarming statistics from last year.
We know the highest number of motorcycle-related crashes are in Cuyahoga County. There were 345 motorcycle-related crashes in Cuyahoga County alone last year in 2022, and that's nearly one crash a day.
We presented these statistics to the Ohio State Highway Patrol.
Do you feel it's necessary to either up your staffing or up your training when it comes to motorcycles in general?
Our troopers are out there day and night. They're visible on the roadways, and motorcycle safety is something that we take seriously, and we want to prevent any crashes, whether it's a motorist operating in a car, a commercial truck, or a motorcycle.
So why is this important in the state of Ohio? Well, let's look at the numbers. The state has over 400,000 registered bikes, over 600,000 endorsed riders, and gives out over 40,000 permits per year, making it the 5th largest state in the union in ridership. Wandell says motorcycle accidents are not always the rider's fault, but that one of the easiest ways to stay safe is through proper equipment.
A lot of our returning riders say, I didn't realize I forgot this stuff, or I didn't realize the bad habits I had.
In the past 5 years, there have been 953 motorcycle-related deaths in the state of Ohio, and 72% of them were without a helmet.
Putting on your helmet before you jump on your bike to enjoy your motorcycle, that one little thing can truly make the difference between life and death for someone.
Motorcycle safety is everyone's responsibility, whether you ride a motorcycle or not. We want to remind drivers that this is the time of year when more people in Ohio on motorcycles are going to be out on the roads.
To get involved in a safety course, go to motorcycleohio.gov.
For now, reporting in Columbiana County, I'm Addison Albert.
Good morning. Maybe you're thinking of taking a ride out later on today, but first, we got to get through the morning, and right now the morning commute going okay. As you look into the Miami Valley itself from Miamisburg, it is fairly quiet thus far. Everything twinkling in the distance, which means visibility is pretty good outside. Temperatures not awful. They could be better in some spots, but one theme is for warmer temperatures today, and that's good news for anybody going to any type of Cinco de Mayo. That's from 5 to 10 p.m. So if you're heading out, we'll start out with temperatures somewhere probably in the 70s and continue to see them about that warm all day. Now tonight we'll get down to 50, so nowhere near as cold as it has been as of late. If you're heading out to Derby Day, tomorrow, 75 degrees, very much so a partly cloudy day. That's why I've gone ahead and said mostly mild is the winter here, but it's really a photo finish between the clouds and the sun. In fact, I would say it's about equal between those two. Sunday, we're going to have to contend with some chances of storms early on. By Monday and Tuesday, we'll continue with it. Monday in particular is probably your best overall chance. From there, we will also get temperatures in the 70s for the middle of next week, but without much in the way of wet weather. As for traffic this morning, everything seems to be moving okay. Perhaps just a little bit of a backup here or there on 75, but for right now, no major incidents. And I, for one, am here for this weekend forecast. I don't know about you. Sarah, you're running. You were outside all day with the kids yesterday going, treasure hunting in your backyard.
That's what we do. I mean, look, this is the spring we've all been waiting for. Finally
Got to
here.
take advantage of it.
Yeah, it's consistent. It looks consistent, too.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, this is one of those no flash in the pan, 75 or 80. This is consistently around average, which is 70. So, I'm all about it, and I'm all about, sitting on the porch with the drink tonight and just letting the world pass me by.
Or going to a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, a little margarita
action. Some margaritas. That's what we're doing tonight.
Whatever it may be. But
Speaking of which.
Yeah, our time right now, 5:16. Cheers to the weekend. Celebrating Friday with Cinco de Mayo. Just ahead, some fun festivities. You can enjoy tonight.
You're watching Your Day.
Good morning. Here on Your Day, we celebrate your pets with our Pet of the Day segment. And in this case, we've got a good one today. This is Ozzy Socks. Now, this was sent in as Ozzy Socks, so I'm going to assume that's a full name, not, let's say, first name, last name. But either way, a big thank you to Robert, who sent in Ozzy here, or Ozzy Socks, depending on his full name. Now, as for today, not just a great day for us humans, but great day for the dogs. Look at your 10 a.m. temperature, near 60 degrees. Should be able to get mid-60s by about noontime. And then from there, it's low to mid-70s. This is going to be the type of forecast where you look at and you just go, because frankly, it is just that perfect temperature where it's room temperature and you just have no humidity in the air. This time of year, you can get a little bit of everything, as we saw earlier this week with actually a couple flakes to our north. As for this morning's commute, things are starting to move pretty smoothly across the area. Did see just a little bit of slowdown about 5 minutes ago at 35 and 75. That seems to have been just a brief one, though. Everything's moving pretty quickly.
Coming up this week on Full Measure with Cheryl Atkinson, recent bank failures are spurring concerns about the stability of America's financial institutions. Experts say government spending and inflation have proven a toxic combination for some banks that chose the wrong investments. Many are working to calm worries since panic is what can trigger a crisis.
Anybody that watches the Christmas movie, It's a Wonderful Life, knows that, the whole fundamental of the banking system is a lot of that money gets lent out. So if everybody comes and wants their money back all at once, it creates almost an impossible situation. Things stay stable as long as no one panics. But once everyone runs for the doors and says, I have to have my cash now, it really can be destabilizing to the banking system that we have.
This week on Full Measure with Cheryl Atkinson, she dives into America's long history of banking troubles and what might be to come. You can watch Full Measure with Cheryl Atkinson this Sunday at 7:30 a.m. right here on ABC 22 and at 10 on our sister station Fox 45.
A new survey of 2,000 parents of school-age children found 66% of parents said their child comes home with a low mental battery after school, and half of them noticed some signs of stress and burnout in their child. The survey was conducted by One Poll on behalf of Presence. It's a leading provider of remote evaluations and teletherapy, and they found that parents are looking for solutions but don't always know all the tools that they have, and schools have been struggling with the challenge of adequate staff to support mental health needs of students. Well, the American Heart Association did a ranking of the 10 most popular diets for heart health and found the dietary approaches to stop hypertension, or the DASH diet, ranked number 1. It had a score of 100. The DASH diet emphasizes vegetables, fruits, beans, whole grains, legumes, nuts, seeds, and low-fat dairy. Well, Planet Fitness is offering teens free summer membership starting May 15th. Teens can register for the high school summer pass, which will be valid from May 15th to August 31st. From the NASDAQ market site, I'm Jane King. Here's your health.
Here's a great way to end the week. Today is Cinco de Mayo. Every year on the 5th of May, Americans celebrate Mexican-American heritage and pride. The United States Congress issued a proclamation in 2005 calling on Americans to observe Cinco de Mayo. Most people do so by enjoying a Mexican-themed meal and drink like tacos and margaritas. Today from 5 to 7, El Mason in West Carrollton has live music by Velvet Crush. There will be dancing, margaritas, tacos, food trucks, and more. Dinner admission tickets are $10.
And the folks from El Mason are friends of the show. I mean, we had them on for years. And Bill Castro over there, they know how to party. I mean, they put on a big show, and you can have a great time.
Yeah, I'm excited that it's on a Friday this year so we can actually celebrate.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be dangerous.
I mean, that's the hard part of our shift is sometimes where it's like a Wednesday, it's like, well, I guess I'll just have one margarita, at 3 p.m., got to be a good person. Next thing you know, you're like, oh, man, it's the next day, and there are bad things.
But you know what, Nick, it is Friday, so you can start at 11 a.m. right after the show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an idea. I'm not going to do it, but it's an idea.
Poor life choices.
And that early, that's perfect for us.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll get some tacos first thing, like a breakfast taco in the morning.
Yeah,
that's the way to celebrate.
There we go. Tacos all day, every day. Our time right now is 5:24. Still to come. Excited and elated. An Ohio veteran getting a big surprise just ahead. Organizations that came together to provide a special gift.
In today's Tech Bites, Microsoft's Bing chatbot for everybody. Microsoft says users just need to sign into Bing or Edge with your Microsoft account and they will have access to the open preview version of the chatbot. The GPT-4 powered chatbot launched in a private preview in February. And Google will introduce its first foldable phone next week. It is called the Pixel Fold. Specific details are scarce, but reports say the phone measures 5.8 inches, folding out to 7.6 inches. The cost? It's expected to run more than $1,700. And Apple is launching 20 more games to its arcade library. That includes an exclusive co-op Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game called Splintered Fate. Players and their allies can battle enemies while they hunt for Splinter, who's gone missing. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Here's to the very first influencer in your life. Mom. This is how Mom shines. Find the perfect Mother's Day gift at Zales, the diamond store.
With Allegra, allergies don't hold us back. Allegra starts working 2 times faster than Claritin. And unlike Zyrtec, it won't make us drowsy, so you can live your greatness. And Allegra Hives works from the inside to relieve itching and reduce hives for 24 hours.
I love shopping The RealReal. Gucci,
Louis Vuitton,
Prada,
Hermes,
Dior,
Rolex,
Burberry, Saint Laurent.
Luxury brands up to 90% off retail.
Thousands of new arrivals daily.
The RealReal. Shop now and get 20% off at The RealReal.
Good morning, I'm Nathan Edwards.
And I'm Alex King. Here are 3 quick stories to get your day started. Tomorrow is Free Comic Book Day. Ooh, Dayton's main library is hosting a special event where you can get free comics. It's open to all ages. You can also find participating stores at freecomicbookday.com. Do you like comics?
I mean, I never grew up really on comics, but my son likes like the Dog Man comics now.
We'll go get you some free ones.
Yeah,
then.
and this is a great way to get kids engaged in reading.
Yeah,
too.
absolutely. So fun.
And a historian thinks he solved a mystery behind one of the most famous paintings in the world. Check this out. The discovery is in the location of the Mona Lisa. He says the bridge in the background of the famous painting is in the Tuscan town of Laterina. I never even thought about the background.
Oh.
See, look, yeah, right
Okay.
there. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
You're not sold. Alex is not sold.
And King Charles III will be crowned this weekend. Here's video of him at the last coronation 70 years ago. Woo!
Yep.
Wow. When your mom and granny's dreams go over.
Well, always living in mom's shadow, but you know.
I'm dying. Oh, love
Yeah.
that though.
Yeah, looks like a fun time. Should be a great coronation, let me tell you. You don't
We
believe
want to
me?
give you a live look at Buckingham Palace. In just a few hours, King Charles and Queen Camilla will be leaving here in a chariot for the coronation.
Ooh, sounds fancy. People are already lined up along the procession route to see them. Now, closer to home, the Kentucky Derby is just a day away, with the first race starting at 10:30 at Churchill Downs.
That's right. Meteorologist Nick Maruziak joins us live with a look at the forecast ahead of a very busy weekend. Lots going on.
Yeah, let's see. We've got Derby Day. We've got Cinco de Mayo at the food truck rally. You've got the Flying Pig Marathon over in Cincinnati. Am I missing anything? Because if I am, add it to the list of graphics I need to do. This morning, right now, not a whole lot on the radar. When you see that big globe of green, that tends to mean stagnant and sinking air. That also correlates very much so with quiet mornings. This morning, very much so quiet, maybe just a few passing clouds. Temperatures starting 40s and 30s, rising into the 50s by 9 a.m. So by the time that some of us are out and about for our morning commute, it may be windows down style conditions, especially if you have a darker car and your car can get quite warm. Either way, by the time we get towards 11, should be in the low 60s. As for traffic this morning, if you are driving with your windows down, keep the music down for the neighbors. Otherwise, enjoy a quiet morning commute thus far.
The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office needs your help identifying this person of interest right here. They say he matches the description of a gunman involved in a shooting. Now, you might remember last Thursday, SWAT blocked off parts of North Main Street after someone fired shots at the Brookview Apartments. Now, take another close look at this picture. If you know who this is or where he could be, you're asked to call Regional Dispatch at the number at the bottom of your screen. That's 937-225-4357.
I was elated, and I couldn't hardly sleep last night. I was anticipating the day, you know, but I didn't know it was going to be all this. And I am so blessed to have all y'all folks out here.
Several Ohio organizations are helping out a veteran who was run over last month. U.S. Marine Terry Childs got a brand new scooter Wednesday thanks to Columbus Police, Buyers Auto Group, and the charity Starfish Assignment. Childs says a driver stalked him around a Walmart parking lot last month before running him over, destroying his previous scooter. He says he relies on it for transportation. And Childs says he's thankful for his new scooter, and the gift shows there are still good people in the world.
Today's verdict makes clear that the Justice Department will do everything in its power to defend the American people and American democracy. Since the January 6th attack, the Justice Department has conducted one of the largest, most complex, and most resource-intensive investigations in our history.
You're now taking a live look over our nation's capital this morning. 4 members of the far-right group, the Proud Boys, are now guilty of seditious conspiracy. That includes their former leader, Enrique Tarrio, and a judge convicted them for their part in trying to stop the transfer of power from former President Trump to Joe Biden on January 6, 2021. The charge carries a prison sentence up to 20 years. U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland says the department has secured more than 600 convictions involving that day and the days leading up to it.
Serbia's government now says they've arrested a 21-year-old suspect in the country's second mass shooting in just 2 days. This is video from the scene of the shooting. Officials say he killed at least 8 people and injured 13 others in several villages southeast of the country's capital, Belgrade. The hours-long manhunt involved hundreds of officers and special forces. The country's Ministry of Interior says the shooting is an act of domestic terrorism. Until this week, mass shootings were rare in Serbia. Yesterday, the country was rocked after a 13-year-old boy opened fire on his classmates in Belgrade. Here, you can see mourners placing flowers for them. Before yesterday, the last mass shooting in the country was in 2016.
Well, comedian Dave Chappelle will be hosting 15 shows in Yellow Springs this summer. The Miami Township Zoning Board of Appeals just approved the summer comedy shows. They're going to be at the Weirig Pavilion between June 1st and October 8th. Now, there's no definitive schedule yet, but we will keep you updated on air and online. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search Your Day Dayton.
Well, the 2023 Eichelberger concert season is officially announced. The Levitt Pavilion will host dozens of acts. That includes Scythen, who you might recognize from the Celtic Festival, local bands like the Dayton Funk All-Stars and Night Beast, and others from all over. The concert series starts June 1st. You can find that full lineup on their website here. That's levittdayton.org.
And Centerville's launching their brand new Uptown Music Series. You can head out to the Northeast Patio on Main Street near the Graders and City Barbecue for performances. The schedule so far is on your screen right now. The series will feature acoustic performances from local musicians, which they hope will help bring the community together. It's sure to be fun for all ages. All performances are scheduled from 6 to 8 on Friday evenings. And if you head out to the new music series or any other community events, we want to see, scan the QR code right there on your screen, and it'll take you to our Chime In page. Submit your photos, and you might just see them live on the air. And yesterday, we had the executive director of the Levitt Pavilion on our show, and there's a lot of excitement around that event and many others. It's the time of year to do stuff.
I was going to say, concert season's kicking off, and everyone's getting excited to just get outside and enjoy it.
Yeah, about time that cold is gone. Our time right now, 5:36. Don't forget you get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
And your weather on the side of the screen all morning long, even during commercials.
Being honored for serving the community. Just ahead, in hometown hero Adam Arrow highlights area man who's all about giving back.
And we roll in Dayton. In minutes, the sweet ride for King Charles' coronation and the weekend celebration across the pond.
I'm gonna call you Chameleonaire. You're watching Your Day.
Awarding excellence and giving back, a local man being recognized for his work with young people.
As Adam Merrill explains, it's why he's a hometown hero.
This is J. Keegan Miller. He's the unit commander of the Miami Valley Young Marines, and recently he was awarded the Distinguished Adult Volunteer Award. That's the highest award an adult volunteer can receive nationally in Young Marines. Now, Miller has served for 15 years as the unit commander, and prior to that, he served in the U.S. Marine Corps. Miller's nomination for the award reads that through his leadership and influence, the Miami Valley Company of Young Marines has received national recognition for their consistently outstanding achievements. Miller has also worked with Toys for Tots for more than 20 years and has organized multiple blood drives. Now, this just scratches the surface of all that he's done for this area. The last line of his nomination reads, quote, "UC J. Keegan Miller is a singularly dedicated young man who exhibits passion and commitment far beyond his years, benefiting his community. His commitment to God, family, and country is unceasing," end quote. And on Monday, the city of Huber Heights will also recognize Miller for his service. All this being said, I think it's safe to say Miller exemplifies a hometown hero.
If you know someone that's a hometown hero, please let us know. Grab your phone and scan the QR code.
And you can chime in your submission through our app. We see a description on why they're a hometown hero and a few pictures or video.
Today is a day that we are just really going to be blessed with some gorgeous weather. Temperatures will start out 50s at 9 a.m. So effectively it's a chilly morning. Let's say that you're the type that wants to get some yard work done early on in the morning. Not going to judge you, just going to say, you know, keep it till 9 or 10 a.m. as people get out of the door. Once you get towards 11, it'll be mid-60s. So even, frankly, through the afternoon, it's going to be very comfortable for any type of strenuous activity. So maybe you're the type that are getting some last-minute training in for a half marathon. Alex, then it's going to be great for that. Maybe you're like me and just want to open up the windows. Fantastic. Or just in general, getting outside with the kids, the pets, what have you. We will see some passing clouds for today. Tomorrow, very similar to today, except I do expect more clouds overall. And we won't be looking at any type of heavy duty weather, at least until Sunday. And that's where we will likely see at least some chance of rain across the area.
5:42 is our time right now. The Reds returning home just ahead. Matt Digby recaps the road trip and looks ahead for the weekend series.
You're watching Your Day.
Good morning. I'm Matt Digby with a look at sports. Thursday was an off day for the Cincinnati Reds, with the team traveling back to Ohio after their first West Coast trip of 2023. It was a mixed road trip for the Redlegs, 6 games total with 3 wins. However, they had a chance to sweep the Oakland A's in Northern California, only for the A's to win Sunday in walk-off fashion. Then came 3 games at San Diego. Now, Tuesday was a 10-inning win over the Padres, but then San Diego came back with a 7-1 win Wednesday to take the series. Now the Reds have home series with the White Sox and Mets before going on the road again next Friday the 12th. And then on Saturday the 13th, as part of the Reds High School Showcase, Centerville and Springboro are both scheduled to play at Great American Ballpark. Well, the Dayton Dragons had a doubleheader Thursday at Lansing due to Tuesday's game being a rainout. The Dragons taking the first game, which at that point gave them 3 straight wins, the longest streak this year. The visitors then have multiple chances to secure both games of the Twin Bill, but the Lugnuts winning game 2 in the extra innings. This series will continue through Sunday, and then the Dragons have another road series next week in Peoria, Illinois. That will do it for sports. I'm Matt Digby.
Well, Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glow Party is coming to the Nutter Center this weekend. Stop by and see Bone Shaker for a free fan experience today at SVG Motors, Beaver Creek from 4 to 7 p.m., courtesy of ABC 22, Fox 45.
Come on, Alex, you got to get a deeper voice with it. You got to really there it is. You got to sound like a grovelly old person. All right, as for this morning, speaking of grovelly old person, hi, I'm Nick Maruziak. We are looking at right now the Miami Valley, which is quite quiet at this hour. We are looking at a day where there will be plentiful sunshine, so good news for anybody who wants to get outside and enjoy it. No rain, at least not for today or tomorrow. Tomorrow will feature some more clouds. Thin overcast as compared to anything that's going to be a little bit more substantial. Sunday morning, we'll be tracking this line. This line will arrive somewhere around early into the middle part of the day. This is likely to produce showers, if not storms. But before we get there, hey, we got to celebrate, right? Maybe we've had a long week. Maybe we've worked alongside Nathan for the better part of 4.5 days now. Maybe you need a drink. It's Cinco de Mayo, so it's a good excuse for that. Temperatures will be in the 60s. Then as we get into tonight, we'll be down around 50 degrees. And for tomorrow, temperatures will be in the mid 70s. Beyond tomorrow, temperatures will be mid to upper 70s. Through Tuesday, that's where we do expect the best chances of rain, in particular Monday. Wednesday and Thursday should be fairly quiet. Rest of the traffic picture this morning, pretty quiet all across the board. You know, traffic just starting to pick up here, but haven't seen any tie-ups or concerns, whether on the major roads or any of the minor roads.
We want to give you a live look at UD Arena this morning, where multiple graduations are happening this weekend. And we want to send a special shout out and congratulations to a big piece of the Your Day puzzle. Now take a look at your screen. Like a boss, this is our engineer, Dion Camp, who will be walking today's commencement at UD Arena for the Sinclair Community College commencement. He's graduating with his Associates of Applied Science in Computer Information Systems, Network Engineering degree. This is his second college degree. Big congrats to Dion. He is just such a jolly dude. He comes in here and fixes all of our problems and keeps the show on the air. So thank you, Dion, and congrats. Yay. We know that you've been putting in a lot of hard work.
Yep, 100%.
5:48 is our time right now. Little red Corvette riding on a purple highway. Just said how Minnesota honored a prince and a rock legend.
You're watching Your Day.
In this morning's GMA First Look, from Finding American Idols...
Can we talk for just a moment?
Yes,
Should we go to therapy?
to crowning a king. We're hearing from Katy Perry and Lionel Richie.
I'm going to be at everything they can throw at me. It's going to be wonderful.
It's beautiful, and it'll be a real education coming from America.
Before their big performance Sunday for King Charles.
I plan on showing off.
Just grateful to be there and maybe represent USA.
And coming up at 7 a.m., Good Morning America is your coronation headquarters, with Michael Strahan, Laura Spencer and Deborah Roberts all joining me live from London. With your GMA First Look, I'm James Longman, ABC News.
Sometimes the lows of bipolar depression feel darkest before dawn. With Caplyta, there's a chance to let the light shine through and light tomorrow with the hope from today. This is a chance to let in the light. Caplyta is a once-daily pill that is proven to deliver significant relief across bipolar depression. Unlike some medicines that only treat bipolar 1, Caplyta treats both bipolar 1 and bipolar 2 depression. And in clinical trials, movement disorders and weight gain were not common.
Call your doctor about sudden mood changes, behaviors, or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants may increase these risks in young adults. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Report fever, confusion, stiff or uncontrollable muscle movements which may be life-threatening or permanent. These aren't all the serious side effects.
In the darkness of bipolar 1 and 2 depression, Caplyta can help you let in the light. Ask your doctor about Caplyta today. Find savings and support.
The Dayton 24/7 Now News app, brought to you by the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
Welcome to the Watson's Weather Patio, where this morning we are talking about not necessarily a cold start. In fact, I'm out here in my sweater, and this is not a particularly heavy sweater, and it's not awful. Now, if I was out here for an hour or two, yeah, okay, I would definitely want a jacket. Maybe if I'm really not a huge fan of the cold, a hat or gloves, although you could probably skip it for today. I do think that, especially once the sun comes up, so what's that, about an hour, hour and a half, really, when you start to see the effects from the sunlight, it's going to feel pretty nice out here. And really one of those days where it's got that springtime vibe. If you're a fan of getting up early in the morning, it's going to be great for any type of physical activity if you don't want to really break a sweat. If you are going to be more of a, I want it to be warm and sunny out, well, the second half of the day is going to be fantastic for that. But again, right here on the Watson's Weather Patio, a pretty nice start to your morning with temperatures right now in the 40s.
Behind me, EdSheeran.com. The pop star scoring a huge legal victory on Thursday as a jury ruled he did not copy Marvin Gaye's classic 70s song Let's Get It On when he wrote his 2014 hit Thinking Out Loud. The verdict comes after a 2-week trial where the British singer even pulled out his guitar and performed. The lawsuit was filed by heirs of songwriter Ed Townsend, who was the sole classic with Gaye. They argued Thinking Out Loud had so many similarities to Let's Get It On that it violated the song's copyright protection. Sharon denies the accusation.
We spent the last 8 years talking about 2 songs with dramatically different lyrics, melodies, and 4 chords which are also different and used by songwriters every day all over the world. I'm just a guy with a guitar who loves writing music for people to enjoy. I am not and will never allow myself to be a piggy bank for anyone to shake.
After the jury's decision, Sharon and the plaintiff in the case, Catherine Townsend, Griffin hugged in court, and Sharon apparently invited her to one of his upcoming shows.
Purple Rain, Purple Rain. A Minnesota highway is being renamed in honor of pop superstar Prince. The 7-mile stretch of State Highway 5 will soon feature purple signs designating it as the Prince Rogers Nelson Memorial Highway. It runs past Prince's Paisley Park Museum and Studios. Minnesota lawmakers passed the measure on Thursday.
We got it done today, and we are so excited for this bill to go to the governor's desk to be signed and made a reality. And we would love to invite you all to the big unveiling of Prince Rogers Nelson Memorial Parkway in Chanhassen later this summer.
Fans gathered at the Minnesota Capitol to celebrate the vote. The bill passed the House unanimously last month on the 7th anniversary of Prince's death. Lawmakers say the signs are being paid for by friends and fans of Prince.
A live look this morning over Buckingham Palace, where tomorrow the world will be watching as King Charles will be crowned. Our coverage here on ABC will begin at 5 a.m. with the coronation taking place at 6. This is the Diamond Jubilee state coach in which the King and Queen will travel to Westminster Abbey from Buckingham Palace for the ceremony, first used by King George III to travel to the opening of Parliament in 1762. The coach has been used at every coronation since William IV in 1831. Thousands will be lining the streets tomorrow. Millions will be watching, and so many have already traveled to get a glimpse at history.
It's an American dream. You know, it's a bucket list item for him. Thus, it's a bucket list item for me. And we get to go back and share it with all of our family and kids.
An American dream, huh?
That's not even American.
I'm looking at him going, sir, we kind of won, we won 1 or 2 wars with Britain just so we wouldn't have to, like, you know, take part of it.
I think there is a large section of people who would kind of like to have that fairy tale and, you know, atmosphere, I guess. I don't know.
Fairy tale
I think we're
atmosphere?
I don't know. I think people think we're living in a Disney movie. That's why we still follow them. But we have our own royalty here. It's called the Kardashians.
Oh, really? I thought it was called Alex King, whose literally last name is, you know, royalty.
Oh, she's got a tiara, by the
I
way.
do have a tiara today.
Yeah, there you go. Apparently, she turned 30.
Oh, hail the Queen.
You're not 30
oh,
yet,
hail
so
the Queen.
No,
lucky
still
you.
got some time.
We got a lot more coming up on your day at 6 a.m. An anime restaurant coming to the Miami Valley where fans can find the new spot.
You're watching Your Day.
Good morning, I'm Nathan Edwards.
And I'm Alex King. Here's 3 quick stories to get your day started. The Ohio State Highway Patrol posting these distracted driving signs. If you get caught on your phone, you get a ticket.
Yeah, be smart, people. I'm kind of excited about this because it drives me nuts.
Hopefully it actually helps.
We'll see.
You know how stubborn people are.
Yeah, no kidding. And it's exam week at the University of Dayton, and the Humane Society sent some pups to help de-stress the students. Those kids, they look happy.
You just immediately feel happy when you look at puppies' faces.
I know. Whenever I see my pup when I get home from work, I'm just like instant mood
I just
boost.
grab his rolls and shake them. And it's Cinco de Mayo, El Mason celebrating today with margaritas and tons of fun.
Is that why you wore a salsa dress this morning?
Yeah, I know. Got the salsa
Got
going
little
on.
flares going on.
I like it.
Oh, margarita.
Yeah, it was just for this.
Yeah. Give me a blood orange one. That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
And Cinco de Mayo isn't the only thing going on this weekend. There's tons of events around the Gem City this weekend. And for a look at our weekend forecast,
we're going to send things over to meteorologist Nick Maruziak. It's looking good out there.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't have my salsa stuff on. Sorry. Left that at home, you know. I got to be dressed, like everybody's stepdad for Friday. That's my uniform today. Temperatures are in the mid-40s, upper 30s in Troy as well. Here's the deal for the bus stop. It's a little chilly in the morning. If you're the type that doesn't like when it's cool, that's about the only thing to note. Once you get into the mid part of the morning, should be in the mid-50s. Again, that's pretty much windows open weather for me. Let's say you are going out to Cinco de Mayo. If you are, of course, be safe, but temperatures should be anywhere between the upper 60s and the mid-60s with upper 50s. Again, it's going to be a pretty nice evening outside. But as you get later and later into the night, it will dip down in the 50s. As for this morning's commute, things have been pretty steady so far, so no major issues. Still dealing with the construction on 75. It is Friday. We've made it.
A Milton Union custodian is in jail this morning on multiple charges, including rape. Police arrested Jerry North yesterday.
A complaint accuses the 59-year-old of having inappropriate interactions with a student. Gwyneth Falloon is following the story and has the district's response.
West Milton police have confirmed all of the alleged incidents took place right here at Milton Union Schools on district property after school hours. Police say the victim was a student at the time and, according to court documents, was between the age of 6 and 9 when the alleged abuse occurred. Jerry North, a district custodian, was arrested Wednesday after police say a complaint was filed. He faces 5 felony charges, including first-degree rape of a minor. He pleaded not guilty to all charges Wednesday. North is scheduled to appear in court again on Thursday, May 11th. Milton Union Superintendent Brad Ritchie says North is on unpaid administrative leave until further notice. Both Ritchie and the Board of Education declined to comment any further.
The Board of Education is aware of community concerns and an ongoing West Milton Police Department investigation related to an employee, Jerry North. Since this is a special meeting and because notices of agenda items have already been sent, the Board of Education cannot engage in a discussion about these circumstances pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 121.22, subsection F.
The superintendent says North was hired back in 2017 and the district followed proper hiring protocol. Ritchie says North has no formal complaints on his record. However, personnel files have been formally requested. Now, the board says it will take public comment at their regularly scheduled meeting on Monday, May 15th. Reporting in West Milton, I'm Gwyneth Falloon.
Crews are still searching here at Eastwood Metro Park in Dayton for a missing boy. They still haven't found 7-year-old Lucas Rosales. Take a look at this Facebook post showing the search. You can see the city's water department made a temporary dam on the Mad River to help efforts. More than 80 people are searching on land and water. They've used aerial and underwater drones and a canine search. That includes the upper parts of the Great Miami River downstream of the Mad River.
Take a look at your screen. This is video after a pickup truck crashed into a tree on Ridge Avenue and caught on fire. I actually shot this video. This was at my neighbor's house. Woke me up from my nap. Police are still looking for the driver. They say after the crash, the driver got out of the truck and got into another car and left the scene. Growing concerns this morning at the bank. Americans starting to ask if their money is safe.
Dee Gowton explains what you can do to protect your money.
If you're concerned about how safe your money is at the bank, you're not alone. A new Gallup poll says nearly half of Americans say they're concerned about the money they have in financial institutions. 19% are very worried, and another 29% are moderately worried. Now, a financial advisor I spoke to said diversification of banks is important.
I think there is a purpose and a place for the nationals, for the regionals, and for the credit unions. I think it's great for consumers to have access to different financial institutions across the nation for different reasons. Better rates, better services, more access, and once again, more FDIC insurance, and you're spreading your risk.
Despite regional bank stocks plunging and recent bank failures, U.S. officials say the industry overall remains strong. Reporting for the National Desk, I'm Dee Dee Gatton.
The Dayton Chamber of Commerce is honoring a local entrepreneur. Sarah Kalile just won the $25,000 Soin Award for Innovation. It recognizes a person or organization boosting Dayton's economy. Kalile founded Lunny. It's a brand for postpartum intimates. You can buy her products at Shop Smitten in Oakwood or online at lunny.com.
We now know when the memorial service for former Cincinnati Mayor Jerry Springer will be. The celebration of his life is set for Friday, June 9th at Cincinnati Memorial Hall at noon. And tickets are free, but the event is already sold out. Springer died last Thursday from pancreatic cancer. He's a former mayor and Cincinnati council member, TV anchor, and of course, the host of the long-running Jerry Springer Show.
Well, it's time for the 25th annual Flying Pig Marathon in Cincinnati. As we've mentioned, I'll be running. I'm terrified.
Good luck.
All of Cincinnati is celebrating. Buildings downtown will actually be lit up pink starting today. You can pig out on some Flying Pig Tracks ice cream, which I have some at home from Graders, which we tasted on the show yesterday. And you can also even get a Flying Pig themed bowl to eat it from Rookwood Pottery. Organizers for the race also offering collector's edition posters. And there will be lots of viewing parties across the city for this weekend. Whether you're running or not, there's tons of fun to be had. A full list of details is on the marathon's website. Coming up at 6:15, we'll check in with Chelsea Sick, who will have more on this event, and it's an exciting time.
Yeah, you should be excited. You're going to be,
Y'all can't judge me on Monday when I'm over here walking
like you're crazy.
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to eat before you race?
I don't know yet. Probably like just something little,
Something
like a banana.
light.
Or we're gonna carb load on Saturday night, do spaghetti and meatballs, and then I think like a banana or like a protein bar. Or
Don't want to get sick while you're racing.
I'll feast afterwards.
Heck yeah. Our time right now is 6:07. Don't forget to get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
And your weather on the side of the screen all morning long, even during commercials.
An anime restaurant coming to the Miami Valley just ahead, where fans can find the fun and when the new spot plans to open.
You're watching Your Day.
Good morning, everybody. Here's what we're looking at today. Nathan over there oohing, ahhing at our camera, I think, right? No. Yeah, sure. Oh, man. We are looking at a morning commute thus far that has been fairly quiet. A morning that is also very much so on the quieter side. Just a few passing clouds, and that's a theme of today. More sun than clouds all throughout the daytime. Just going to be a gorgeous looking day. As we get into tonight, there could be just a few passing clouds as well. Tomorrow, though, I do expect the cloud cover to increase. It's probably more of a thin, high-level overcast from time to time, but you're going to be able to see through it. Let's just go ahead and call it partly cloudy. Once we get into Sunday, I do expect there to be some showers and perhaps even some storms centered on the front half of the day. So if you are planning out your Sunday, going to church or early morning plans, maybe plan on having the umbrella or pushing things back to the second half day if you don't want to travel in rain. As for this morning's commute, you know, we mentioned it. It's been fairly quiet across the board. Haven't seen any major types or concerns thus far on 75, 76, 75, 35, or 4.
6:12 is our time right now. Cincy preparing for the Flying Pig Marathon in minutes. Chelsea Sick provides a preview of the big weekend in the Queen City.
We are a special lot this morning.
Yep.
You're watching Your Day.
The 25th Flying Pig Marathon weekend is here. I'm going to be racing on Sunday. It starts today with the Health and Fitness Expo at the Duke Energy Center.
And that's where we find Chelsea Sick. She joins us live with what we can expect if you plan to visit the expo today. And a lot of excitement, Chelsea.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting here in Cincinnati and of course up in the Dayton area as well. 40,000 runners will participate in all of the different races this weekend, but it all starts right here at the expo today. It starts at noon. People can come pick up their packets and then they can come get some of the fun swag. This is just one of the sweatshirts that they have here for people to pick up, but it's really cool because it's also open to the public. You don't have to participate in any of the races to come out to the expo today. And I'm here with Iris. She's the executive director of the Flying Pig Marathon. Such an exciting weekend for you. I know you're happy to get to this point. What do you want people to know about the expo today?
Well, free, open to the public, so much fun. I mean, not only great shopping, but freebies. Kroger, P&G give out some great swag. It's just such a fun, exciting atmosphere. It literally kicks off the weekend of events, and people come here, pick up their packet, connect, re-meet, running buddies get together, talk about their strategies. You can feel the electricity in the air. So we'd love for people to join us. There are demonstrations. Dave McGillivray from Boston will be here. Jeff Galloway, the Olympian who developed that great run-walk program, they'll be here. You can get meet and greet, get photos with them. So lots to do, and just a feeling of the excitement and all that is the pig.
And tell me everything that goes, I know you can't tell me everything, but a lot goes in to getting this race together. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. We start the day after. Well, that's an exaggeration. 2 days after we do our debriefing and begin the plan for next year. The better the events go, the longer the meeting, trying to figure out what we need to do to be better. It's just thousands of details. Whenever you're hosting 40,000 people, obviously there's a lot to pull together, but their safety, their health, their well-being is a big part of it, and then adding fun to the run. That's always been our moniker. We have all 50 states. Most years we do that, but this year we have 31 foreign countries. It's just amazing. And I'm a little biased, but Ohio has some great marathons. We really have put running on the Midwestern map.
All right, Iris, thank you so much. Absolutely. Such an exciting weekend here. The first race officially kicks off tomorrow morning at 7, but this expo runs today from noon until 7 this evening. Alex, I heard you're running the half, and so have fun with that on Sunday. The big races are on Sunday. The half and the full are on Sunday. So again, good luck and have fun with that. Back to you on the studio.
Thanks to Chelsea, and I know a lot of people are looking forward to maybe the weekend, whether it's running, whether it's being with the kids outside, pets outside, or just maybe having a backyard barbecue, because frankly, this is the type of weekend where you could do just about anything. And there is at least one sign when it comes to weather that the air is calm, and that is the green blob. So what this is the raw feed from the radar, and when you do see that green blob, that's the air sinking down to the ground, whether it's bugs, whether it's dust, whether it's anything in the atmosphere, that tends to show that air is quite quiet. Meanwhile, for today, quiet weather, especially if you're going to the food truck rally. Hey, you know what? Some of us run marathons. Some of us try and find out how many taco trucks they can hit in one sitting. We are looking at temperatures in the 70s, slipping into the 60s, so great weather for that. If you're going to be out gallivanting into the wee hours, it'll be in the low 50s, maybe a couple of upper 40s, so nowhere near as cold. Tomorrow during the daytime, 75, partly cloudy and mild. It's going to be a fine day outside, and I know some of us are gearing up for the Kentucky Derby as well. We'll talk about Derby Day coming up here in a little bit, but Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, forget about nice weather. Unfortunately, we're going to have to contend with some storms. As for the roads this morning, they're dry. We haven't had any rain, but the sun has come out. Perhaps maybe you just need sunglasses outside. Let's see what's going on in other parts of the state.
Good morning. If you're commuting from Dayton to Cincinnati, I do have some construction to remind you about. So much going on around the tri-state, but these are nightly projects that do go into the morning at times. Single and double lane closures on the east side of town on 275 at State Route 28, so just north of Milford. Those will go 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. nightly and could slow you down. And then also on the west side of town, lane closures expected on 75 from Hopple to Mitchell, as well as on 74 eastbound and westbound right near 75. Those go 8 p.m. until 6 a.m. I'm Jen Dalton with Triple Team Traffic.
Good morning to you on this Friday, waking up to another dry morning on tap, which is leading to our roadways being in pretty good shape this morning. Those 70 eastbound lanes zipping on in from Madison County to Franklin County, and then continuing to 270 No problems there. It's actually very light with traffic out there, which is what we anticipate as we round out the work week. Everyone moving in towards downtown Columbus also doing well from all directions. If you're going to be working on your way up towards Dublin, or maybe you're going up to the north side, things also looking good in both these areas as well. As for 670, nothing that's going to slow you down in those eastbound lanes as you're working your way to the airport. If that's where you need to be early this morning, you will be good to go, especially moving through downtown Columbus to get there. I'm Katie McKee with your Triple Team Traffic.
Topping this morning's Dayton Business Journal headlines, a new anime-themed restaurant and bar is coming to the mall at Fairfield Commons. Izakaya will offer pizza, spirits, and Korean corn dogs. It'll also host karaoke nights and anime watch parties. One of the co-owners says he wanted to bring experiences from traveling to Japan back to Dayton. The restaurant plans to open this fall. To read more about this story and others like it, head to Dayton247now.com, click on the news tab, and select Dayton Business Journal.
Here's a great way to end the week. Today is Cinco de Mayo. Every year on the 5th of May, Americans celebrate Mexican-American heritage and pride. The United States Congress issued a proclamation in 2005 calling on Americans to observe Cinco de Mayo. Most people do so by enjoying a Mexican-themed meal and drinks like tacos and margaritas. And speaking of, today from 5 to 7, El Mason in West Carrollton has live music by Velvet Crush. There will be dancing, margaritas, tacos, food trucks, so much more. General admission tickets are only $10.
Sounds like a party to me.
Oh, yeah.
Our time right now is 6:22. Digital producer Max waiting in the wings to get you started this Friday. Fired up. Come on, your Facebook poll question coming up in just minutes.
You're watching Your Day.
Ow. So just before the break was over, I sneezed and my back is just spasming on me. Oh boy, signs are getting way too old, way too young. Aussie Socks joining us today. Robert sent in Ozzy over here, who's got the big, beautiful eyes. I believe a boxer of some sort. They always have those eyes, the ears, just wonderful, wonderful animals. Green quality across the board. So whether it's boxers, whether it's my Aussie, whether it's Atlas, who's English Bulldog, or Cooper. I don't even remember what Cooper is, but we are looking at sunny skies. He goes, Mutt. Yeah, we are looking at sunny skies and temperatures in the 70s. It is going to be fantastic weather for not just the animals outside, but the humans as well. So if you're just going to be parked out there, you know, may want to leave the doors open for the pets to maybe get some fresh air and get a little bit of scenery outside. As for traffic this morning, fairly quiet all across the board. Things have been moving pretty well. If you are maybe one of those, it's Friday, you go, maybe I'll take a longer lunch. Maybe I'll do a little bit of dining on town. Should be great weather for that.
I mean, there's better dining than that, and digital producer Max is here standing by to explain what that dining is. Max, what's the question today?
I was wondering how you were transitioning to. That was fine. Today is National School Lunch Hero Day. So that got me thinking, what was lunch like when you were all in school?
Bad. Most of the time. I mean, it wasn't great. I mean, like, school lunch food, I mean, the lunch ladies are wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Just treats of human beings. But, I mean, the food's not always great, but I did like the little rectangle pizzas.
Those were good. I actually, so most of the time I packed my lunch, but I did enjoy, like, the little milk cartons and the pizza, and sometimes I got some good pastas. But that was really the gist of it.
My elementary school did Domino's pizzas on Fridays. Ooh. So yeah, that was kind of nice. And I just remember middle school, like, I don't know where we got them, but our sandwiches, like, they would like throw like heaps of meat on them. They would like be legitimately like
mystery meat.
They laid it on
like
there.
Salami, turkey, whatever you wanted. Like
nice lunch.
Yeah, like I was like, I don't know what I did right in middle school, but yeah, Max.
Where did you go to school again? Jersey?
Yeah, man.
Dang.
We do, you know, deli.
That's because they don't have lunch ladies, they have lunch mafia there.
I remember, speaking of the square pizzas, we had these round, like almost deep dish style pizzas. We called them Galaxy cheese pizzas. You took one bite and all the sauce blew out. But it was funny.
Yeah.
People, I remember kids
Or like the Crustables, the PB&J Crustables.
Never forget
Uncrustables.
Bosco sticks. Those were also great. Anyways, you have your chance right now to chime in right now on our Facebook page. Just head on over to Dayton 24/7 now.
6:28 is our time right now. Excited and elated, an Ohio veteran getting a big surprise. Just ahead, the organizations that came together to provide a special gift.
But first, here's Stacey Bell with America's Steals and Deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Naki.
When it's hot out and you're headed out to work and you're going to leave the car out all day in the hot sun, you want to keep it cool on the inside because you don't want to get in the car and you or your children or your pets burn themselves. We've got just the thing. It fits into the glove compartment. It's called the Brella Shade. So you open it up and you raise it and it's going to keep the sun out and keep your car cool all day. The inside of your car can get up to 43 degrees hotter than it is outside. Brella Shade cuts that by 35 degrees. And then you know how when your car has that new car smell, if it gets really hot, it's releasing those toxins in the air, and that's not good for you. And I'm a Southern girl, and it's like hot 10 months out of the year, and I hate sitting in the car, and I burn myself. This is super easy. It fits in your glove compartment. Some of the other ones, you have to figure out where you're going to store them. That's not an issue with the Brella Shade. You just pop it into your glove compartment. And it's going to save and preserve the life of your car. No cracking on your leather. It's just going to make your car cooler and more comfortable. We all want that after a long day or even a short day. Right now, we're offering a great deal. It's an awesome deal. It's 25% off. Head over to asadeals.com.
Good morning, I'm Nathan Edwards.
And I'm Alex King. Here are 3 quick stories to get your day started. Tomorrow is Free Comic Book Day. Dayton's main library is hosting a special event where you can get free comics. It's open to all ages. You can also find participating stores at freecomicbookday.com.
Do you have a favorite superhero?
Superhero?
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Oh, get it, girl.
I'm also just obsessed with Gal Gadot. So.
I don't blame you. I love Batman, my all-time favorite. A historian thinks he's solved a mystery behind one of the most famous paintings in the world, discovering the location of the Mona Lisa. Now, he says the bridge in the background of this famous painting was actually a famous bridge in the Tuscan town of Laterina, which is kind of interesting. I never actually thought about the location of where she's at, but I guess
I can kind of see it.
I don't know. Fascinating stuff.
Very cool, yeah. And King Charles III will be crowned this weekend. Here's video of him at the last coronation 70 years ago. Wow, hopefully he behaves better than last time.
I don't know.
Look at him tugging on the dress.
Yeah, it's kind of cute. It's kind of fun. Man, that was a long time ago. Incredible.
Yeah, love it. And we want to give you a live look at Buckingham Palace. In just a few hours, King Charles and Queen Camilla will be leaving here in a chariot for their coronation.
And that cloud hanging over there is not because Harry has arrived. People are actually lined up outside. Oh, that was a little burn, wasn't it?
Man.
People are lined out along the procession route to see them. And closer to home, the Kentucky Derby is just a day away, with the first race starting at 10:30 at Churchill Downs.
Yep, so we're going to send things over to meteorologist Nick Maruziak with a look at the forecast ahead of a really busy weekend. Lots going on.
Yeah, I mean, we have temperatures kicking off this morning, 40s and 30s. First of all, let's get to your morning, and then we could touch on our local Derby day here. We're looking at 45 degrees at 7 a.m., 9 a.m., mid-50s, and then 11 should be in the low to mid-60s. It will be generally sunny outside, but there could be a couple passing clouds. Now, if you're heading out tomorrow, of course, Derby Day, this is in Springfield. We are looking at from 2 to 7 p.m., temperatures somewhere in the 70s. We're going to go ahead and call it partly cloudy. I think the first winner here is the mild weather, and then it's really a photo finish between cloudy and sunny. I think it's going to be that true mix of sun and clouds for tomorrow. Now, as for this morning, it is a bright morning commute. May actually need a pair of sunglasses or something just to shade you from the sun, but otherwise, no major issues weather-wise for your morning commute.
The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office needs your help this morning identifying this person of interest right here. Now, they say he matches the description of a gunman involved in a shooting. Now, you might remember last Thursday, the SWAT blocked off the part of North Main Street after someone fired shots at the Brookview Apartments. Now, take a closer look at your screen right now. Now, if you know who this man is or where he could be, you're asked to call Regional Dispatch. That number is right there at the bottom of your screen, 937-225-4357.
I was elated, and I couldn't hardly sleep last night. I was anticipating the day. But I didn't know it was going to be all this. And I am so blessed to have all y'all folks out here.
Several Ohio organizations are helping out a veteran who was run over last month. U.S. Marine Terry Childs got a brand new scooter Wednesday thanks to Columbus Police, Byers Auto Group, and the charity Starfish Assignment. Childs says a driver stalked him around a Walmart parking lot last month before running him over, destroying his previous scooter. He says he relies on it for transportation. Childs says he's thankful for his new scooter, and the gift shows there are still good people in the world.
Today's verdict makes clear that the Justice Department will do everything in its power to defend the American people and American democracy. Since the January 6th attack, the Justice Department has conducted one of the largest, most complex, and most resource-intensive investigations in our history.
You're taking a live look right now over our nation's capital. 4 members of the far-right group Proud Boys are now guilty of seditious conspiracy. That includes their former leader, Enrique Tarrio. A judge convicted them for their part in trying to stop the transfer of power from President Trump to Joe Biden on January 6th of 2021. The charge carries a prison sentence up to 20 years. U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland says the department has secured more than 600 convictions involving that day and the days leading up to it.
Serbia's government now says they've arrested a 21-year-old suspect in the country's second mass shooting in just 2 days. This is video from the scene of the shooting. Officials say he killed at least 8 people and injured 13 others in several villages southeast of the country's capital, Belgrade. The hours-long manhunt involved hundreds of officers and special forces. The country's Ministry of Interior says the shooting is an act of domestic terrorism. Until this week, mass shootings were rare in Serbia. Yesterday, the country was rocked after a 13-year-old boy opened fire on his classmates in Belgrade. Here you can see mourners placing flowers for them. Before yesterday, the last mass shooting in the country was in 2016.
Comedian Dave Chappelle will hold 15 shows in Yellow Springs this summer. The Miami Township Zoning Board of Appeals just approved the summer comedy shows. They're going to be at the Weird Pavilion between June 1st and October 8th. Now, there's no definitive schedule just yet, but we will keep you updated on air and online. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Your Day Dayton.
Are you a fan of Chappelle?
Yes, absolutely. My wife's been like, can we get out there? I'm like, the tickets are like a lot of money, but you know, maybe we'll get lucky enough. It'd be fun.
All right, 6:38 is our time right now. Don't forget you can get your headlines scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
And your weather on the side of your screen all morning long, even during commercials.
Living well with a cancer diagnosis. I'm Liz Bonus for Cancer Wellness. We're going to tell you what that means and how you could get involved in a pilot study. It is just ahead.
Well, you're watching Your Day.
The Dayton 24/7 Now News app, brought to you by the Jeff Schmidt Auto Group.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
The devil's in the details, so the saying goes, or maybe the dust. Like this impressive dust devil spotted in Marion, Montana just days ago. Also in Montana, temperatures are up, so's the surf in downtown Missoula. These river surfers taking to a spot called Brennan's Wave. Kayakers also ride this popular man-made wave along the Clark Fork River.
For more content like this, like the National Weather Desk on Facebook.
Welcome to the Watson's Weather Patio, where this morning we are waking up to temperatures currently in the 30s and 40s. The sun has come up. It is starting to get bright outside. You can see the flowers behind me, always providing that little kiss of spring here. As you know, a lot of us probably starting to think about planting. I would always caution everybody this time of year, you still can get some cold mornings. Look at earlier this week. Now, it does get rarer and rarer, and today definitely a morning where temperatures feel a little bit warmer. Right now we're in 30s and 40s pretty much across the board. 45 in Dayton seems to be maybe an outlier compared to just about everywhere else, but you get the idea. This is a morning where it can get a little bit cool outside, but temperatures during the daytime under the sun are going to feel fantastic. So if you're just stepping outside here on the Watson's Weather Patio, it's chilly, but not necessarily brutally cold, and we could see some more, maybe not necessarily cold mornings ahead, but another chilly one or two for tomorrow morning.
If you have someone you love that has been diagnosed with cancer, a national pilot program that offers holistic care may help provide some additional support.
As medical reporter Liz Bonus explains, it pairs up lifestyle changes and proper nutrition with traditional treatment.
Hey there, hello to you. For Cancer Wellness is an online and in-person team of cancer specialists who offer personal coaching for those whose lives have been touched by cancer. They're now looking for people who may need this kind of care for a pilot program that could help you feel better and do better. The program focuses on foods and nutrients that may enhance recovery or the years that follow cancer treatment. It is free as part of research into how lifestyle changes such as fitness can keep you well long term.
If you look just at prostate cancer, for example, if you have an active lifestyle and a plant-based diet, there's evidence that maybe a 53% reduction in recurrence rates.
This pilot program is designed to help you learn what vitamins might be okay or not on treatment or otherwise while researchers track your progress.
Without having proper education, proper knowledge about supplements, they spend a lot of money on these supplements. Not only money, but also they're wasting their time, and some supplements can be harmful.
This Ohio-based team says this pilot program is about merging holistic care and food as medicine with radiation, chemotherapy, and other standard cancer care.
We will be having a coach talk with you. There's an online questionnaire that sometimes people can fill out themselves, and it just depends on how comfortable they feel with electronics and with medical words. And if they need help, we'll help, and then we'll go from there and get them into the proper wellness programming.
We have information online about this pilot program if you're interested in reaching out. They will work with your medical team as well if you're currently in treatment. I'm medical reporter Liz Bonus. Now back to you.
Our time right now is 6:45. A little red Corvette riding on a purple highway. Just ahead, how Minnesota honored a Prince and a rock legend.
You're watching Your Day.
Good morning. It is a morning where we may actually have a little bit of what I would say valley fog. It's not a particularly dense fog this morning, but you do see that little bit of haze as you look into the valley itself. It's a case where cold air can drain a little bit, at least comparatively, and that may be a reason why Dayton Airport is a little bit warmer, maybe just on the a little bit outside of the valley itself, and just a touch warmer. As for today, we are expecting a lot of sunshine. Ditto that for tomorrow, though more clouds. Once we get into Sunday, there you see the chances of showers. In particular, I would say Sunday morning, although we could see a little bit of reignition as we get into Sunday evening. Monday, probably the best chance of rain overall. Again, showers and perhaps even some storms. Tuesday, I wouldn't rule it out. And then we're trending drier for Wednesday and also Thursday before it does look like somewhere around Friday we do get another system. If you're heading out to Yellow Cab, of course, Cinco de Mayo, they have the food truck rally. I believe it's taco night for them. It is going to be pretty nice to grab a bite to eat. Tonight, temperatures drop down into the 50s, and for tomorrow, it's temperatures probably in the mid 70s for a lot of us, maybe even upper 70s for those that can eke out a little bit more sunshine. As for the roads this morning, haven't seen any tie-ups or concerns on the interstates. In fact, it's been pretty smooth moving thus far. Do have an incident right now, Infirmary Road at Ohio 4. That's part of your morning commute. Give yourself some extra time.
Purple rain, purple rain. A Minnesota highway is being renamed in honor of pop superstar Prince. Thanks for listening to my song this morning. And the 7-mile stretch of State Highway 5 will soon feature purple signs designating it as the Prince Rogers Nelson Memorial Highway. It runs past Prince's Paisley Park Museum and Studios. Minnesota lawmakers passed the measure on Thursday.
We got it done today, and we are so excited for this bill to go to the governor's desk to be signed and made a reality, and we would love to invite you all to the big unveiling of Prince Rogers Nelson Memorial Parkway in Chanhassen later this summer.
Fans gathered at the Minnesota Capitol to celebrate the vote. The bill passed the House unanimously last month on the 7th anniversary of Prince's death. Lawmakers say the signs are being paid for by friends and fans of Prince.
Hot Wheels Monster Trucks, a live glow party, is coming to the Netter Center this weekend. Stop by and see Bone Shaker. Can't do the voice.
No, you did good. You did
For
good.
a free fan experience today at SVG Motors Beaver Creek from 4 to 7, courtesy of ABC 22, Fox 45.
Frankly, I'm proud of you. Behind me, a live look at UD Arena, where multiple graduations happening this weekend, and we want to send a special shout out to a big piece of the Your Day puzzle. Like a boss is our engineer, Dion Camp. Look at him, man. He's got so much swag. He's going to be walking today at commencement at UD Arena for the Sinclair Community College commencement. He's graduating with his Associates of Applied Science and Computer Information Systems Network Engineering degree. Now, this is his second college degree. A big congratulations to Dion. And whenever it is hitting the fan here and something is broken,
which it often does at 3 o'clock in the morning,
we lean out the door and we go, get Dion, we need Dion.
Yeah, he's pretty much the only one that's on top of things in the morning.
Yes. I love where he comes in, he just looks over it and he's like, oh, this is going to be a while. And there's some times where it's up to the last minute where he's fixing things, and it always seems to he just has that magical touch.
Yeah.
Congrats, Dion.
Congrats, yeah,
Yep,
that's awesome.
100%.
Our time right now, 6:52, still to come this morning. Being honored for serving the community at 7 on Your Day. Adam Arrow highlights Area Man, who's all about giving back.